Hello, hello. I hope you guys are ready for another day with me, Ms. Radaba, in art class. Let's get started. All right. So let's review our elements of art, the tools we use as artists to create our compositions, our beautiful pieces of work. We use line, color, value, shape, form, texture, and space. This week, we'll be focusing on using texture, okay? Our essential question for this week, what are we learning about? What do we want to take away from? We want to learn, what is mixed media? What is that? Let's find out. So, mixed media is artwork that uses more than one medium or material. So, a medium would be using oil pastel and color pencil, right? Those are our mediums. That's the colors, the things we use to add color. So, a medium, paint, crayons, color pencils, markers, those are your mediums. Or materials, just certain things. You might use sticks, you might use fabric, you might use paper. That's the material you're using, okay? So a mixed media is when you use different mediums or materials in your work. Mixing things up, using things like if you're gonna mix, let's say, salt and pepper on your macaroni. I don't know, add hot dogs in there too if you're crazy. But just mixing things up, that's your mixed media, adding more than one medium or material. Okay, so let's look at this one. This is a mixed media piece. Now, what materials or mediums do you see? I see paint. I see sticks, so they're using natural materials from outside. I see, looks like maybe some type of thick leaf and some construction paper. So they've used already paint, natural materials from outside, and construction paper. They've used 3 materials, okay, for their project. So that's mixing it up, mixed media. Now, texture. I said we're going to be focusing on texture for this art project. So texture is how something feels when you touch it. When you look, when you're looking at art, texture can also be something you see. You can see visually that that's going to feel different from something else. So let's look at these 2 pictures of rocks. I have one here on the left and one here on the right. By just looking at them, I know how one might feel. So for example, let's look at this one. Do you think that's going to be sticky and bumpy? It looks to me very round and soft. But let's look at this one here on the left. These rocks. If I were to pick that one up, do you think it would be as soft as these? They look like they have hard edges. They're not perfectly round. So I think they would be rough. So texture is how something feels. For our project for this week, when we're focusing on using texture in our work, you are going to need construction paper, foil, glue, and a variety of found objects. So for example, you can go outside and get a leaf. You can have a little Lego. You could have cardboard. You could have a straw. Any kind of found objects you can find that would have different textures. You gotta go ahead and collect that before our next video, okay? So here's some examples, and you can see how they have a variety of things under the foil that create different textures in your work. If you got bubble wrap, that's awesome, okay? Go find it. So get these materials together. Come join me in our next video. We'll be focusing on creating mixed media art with texture. Bye, y'all.